everybody, I am Jay Shady. You're listening to the Voice of Reason. So I don't wear normally hat forwards. I usually wear it backwards, but I have to sport the red, white, and blue logo. My New York Rangers tonight pulling off one of the great comebacks. Down 3-1 against the Pittsburgh Penguins. The very fucking good Pittsburgh Penguins, dominant Pittsburgh Penguins, and the Rangers come back from 3-1, win Game 5, win Game 6, and tonight a very intense and impressive Game 7 tight 2-1 victory over the Pittsburgh Penguins to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, 2 series away from winning the Stanley Cup. Very happy fucking guy over here. So yeah, gotta sport the logo and show it off right now. So anyway, let's talk about Raw. It was a decent show. It was decent enough for me, nothing really spectacular on the show, but there was nothing really bad. I mean, there was a couple of shitty things, but you had good matches, so following with last week's trend of good matches, so that's good with me. It opened with the Shield giving a promo. Evolution pulls up in a limousine, and the Shield run backstage, find where their limousine is, and starts beating the shit out of Evolution. Good opening segment. Liked the backstage beatdown. Anytime you can get a backstage beatdown, I'm all for that. We don't get enough of it, so I'm glad to see when it does happen. To me, it was a strong start to open the show. Had some good matches here tonight. The 6-man tag with Cena and the Usos versus the Wyatt family was a pretty good match, even though Cena won. But you expect that, so it was a pretty good match, though. You got Sheamus versus Ryback, which was a much better match than it should have been. Actually, he had 2 decent matches. Sheamus versus Curtis Axel wasn't horrible, and Sheamus versus Ryback was actually got a little exciting at the end, which is something I don't think about with Sheamus is excitement. That vocabulary doesn't work with me and Sheamus, but it was a good match. Dolph Ziggler versus Sandow even was a decent enough match. So yeah, you got some decent good matches tonight. Batista versus Roman Reigns wasn't really a match. It led to an all-out brawl at the end with all the Shield beating the whole WWE heel jobber locker room with some steel chairs. Pretty cool spot there. So, aside from the matches, though, nothing really progressed. That's why I'm holding back and calling it decent, is because nothing really progressed storyline-wise. Heading into the next pay-per-view, where I gave, some slack to the last Raw because it was a Raw after, so, you don't necessarily have to progress the storyline that much on a Raw after pay-per-view show, but we're getting closer to the pay-per-view, so I'd like to see some more things progress. But there was a little setback for the WWE, so I can't really blame them all on the lack of progression because they themselves aren't sure where to go going into the next pay-per-view, and that's because of the breaking news. Came out of nowhere. I heard no rumors of this, of Daniel Bryan needing neck surgery and gonna have to be out for some weeks, maybe even some months, who knows. But it came as a shock to me, out of left field. Wasn't expecting this at all. It's a shame. I really was looking forward to a Buried Alive match with Kane. It's been a long fucking time for a Buried Alive match. I hope we still will get that match when he does come back. But yeah, so I can't blame the WWE for not being able to put on, a story progression show, because this disrupts everything. And it's very, not only unfortunate for Daniel Bryan, but unfortunate for the company. I mean, right after you get the report that Daniel Bryan is their number 2 guy going ahead in the future. Now, everybody's flipping out that Cena is still the number 1 guy, but, I mean, come on. What do you expect? As long as Cena is living, unless he dies or retires, he is going to be the number one guy. So it's one of those things you just gotta, deal with it. Like Batista says, hate it all you want, but that's just the way it is. You just have to put up with it. But Dan Bryan is their number two guy going forward, and after that great WrestleMania moment, this happens. It's just very unfortunate. Dan Bryan's father dies, now this. And like I said, it's not just unfortunate for Dan Bryan. And, my best wishes for him for a speedy recovery. Will hopefully good things will happen with the surgery on Thursday, and it's a very speedy, fast recovery, and we get him back soon. But also, my best wishes to the WWE, because without your champion, where do you go? Going into the next pay-per-view, going into the next maybe two pay-per-views, you might not have Daniel Bryan. So it's a very rocky, shaky time for the WWE. I expect some pretty bad shows, some pretty bad TV, some, non-committing storylines, nonsensical storylines, because I don't think they really know what to do at this point. I just hope, this isn't like a thing, a several months out of action thing where they have to strip the title from him. Now that's the big question. What is going to happen with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship? Now I don't want the title to get stripped from Dan Bryan. I mean, that'd be a very, very fucking bad, sad, just unfortunate finish to this great title reign that it's supposed to be for Daniel Bryan. But how long can you have a show without a WWE World Heavyweight title being promoted on it? If Dan Bryan misses a month, fine, you can do that. But if he's gonna miss 2-3 months, how long can you go without having a champion on the show, without even having a belt being shown on the show? So it's all about what happens Thursday, I guess. Thursday, we'll get a much clearer perspective as to when he's going to come back. If it's going to be a couple weeks, a month, a couple months, and at that time we'll be able to get a sense of whether WWE will decide to strip him of the title. Hopefully, he gets to come back very soon. I'm hearing that the first initial reports were that he's going to be back in time for Payback, but now there's a little more doubt. It might be a little longer, but hopefully not any longer than the next pay-per-view after Payback, which I believe is Money in the Bank. Hopefully he'll definitely be back by Money in the Bank, but if he's not back before that, or at Money in the Bank, what are you going to do with the title? And I think it has to be addressed. As, a big of a Dan Bryan fan I am, I'm a huge Dan Bryan fan. I'm very happy with his title reign, his win at WrestleMania, but, I do understand, and for the good of the business, you do have to have a title on the show. So it's going to be very interesting. Interesting to read what happens with the surgery on Thursday. If they do strip him the title, I guess we'd have a type of... you could go different directions. You could have a tournament thing happen at a pay-per-view. You could have the Money in the Bank be the Money in the Bank winner gets the title or something like that. Who would be the champion though? Who would they make champion? I really hope they don't fucking make John Cena champion if they have to strip Daniel Bryan. But I'm not gonna look that far ahead. I'm not gonna say that they're gonna strip the title from Daniel Bryan because we just don't know yet. And at this point, there is no definitive talk of them stripping the title, which is good. But yeah, we will see later on. That's pretty much the big points of the show this week. It was pretty much just a bunch of matches. You didn't have Cesaro on there, which was kind of weird because they're really trying to push Cesaro. But no storylines were really progressed all that much. So that's one of my, flaws I have with the show. But like I said, I can't really fault WWE too much for that because this was just all of a sudden and, very disruptive to the show, this whole Dan Bryan having to go in for neck surgery. So I'm just worried about the quality of the show in the next coming weeks. I really am, because without focus, when, it feels like the sky is falling down, WWE just, they don't know how to right the ship, right the course. You know, that's not what they're known for, and they kind of just go all over the place. And I feel like that's what they're going to be doing now that they're not going to have Dan Bryan for the foreseeable future. We're probably going to get a bunch of bullshit on Raw, a bunch of bullshit on the pay-per-views, and you know, I mean, you're gonna get John Cena main eventing pay-per-views now. You know, so yeah, pretty crazy shit happening in the WWE world. But yeah. So there's my review of Raw. Not a fantastic review or anything, but that's because there's really nothing else to talk about other than the Daniel Bryan thing, and you know I talked about that, and you know I'll continue to talk about further when we actually have some news. Right now it's all speculation as to what's gonna happen, what's gonna happen with the belt, how long is he gonna be out. But fact of the matter is, why talk about it when none of us knows jack shit? We will know on Thursday after the surgery, so I'll probably do a video after the surgery is done and we have a more clearer perspective as to what is going to happen. But as for now, nothing really to talk about with Raw, other than, like I said, there were decent and good matches. The Shield and Evolution stuff was good, albeit maybe a little repetitive at this point, but still good. And yeah, the shock of the night is the Daniel Bryan thing. Alright, so there's your Raw review, your little condensed, kind of soulless, shallow Raw review, but like I said, a shallow show because WWE just lost their number 2 guy, which is hard to deal with. Alright, let's go Rangers, beat the Bruins or Canadians, whoever the fuck wins that series, and yeah, as always, I am Jay Shady, the voice of reason. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you later.